John Hickok here. Is the Draco useless? Well, I'm going to take the next few minutes to throw some information at you, and I'll let you be the one to decide. But first, let's take a look at Exhibit A. All right, Exhibit A. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one right there. Okay, the Draco. It is a well-known AK variant. It has become very popular, especially, I would say, I don't know, maybe about 10, 12 years ago, soon after they released, it became very popular because, nothing like this had been widely available before, where you could get an AK in this small of a package, with a 6-inch barrel, 6¼ to be exact. So it's a pretty wild thing, and still, I think at this point, it's still kind of a novelty and worth talking about. But first, I want to thank our supporters at Bud's Gun Shop and Range. We appreciate them. We've been with them over 10 years. A leader in the industry. Appreciate them so much. Also, Silencer Central. They do one thing, and they do it well. Great supporter of the channel. And also SDI, the Sonoran Desert Institute. You can get some learning from them from a distance. They offer a lot of different programs, gunsmithing, firearms technology, so definitely check them out. And thank you for supporting the people that support us. Okay, so I think the first thing that people are going to be curious about with an AK chambered in 7.62 by 39 that has a 6-inch barrel is what kind of velocity are you getting out of that thing, okay? So with this variant, we're looking at around 18 to 1900 feet per second at the muzzle, okay? Somewhere in that ballpark. It'll vary, of course, depending on ammo. Most 7.62 by 39, you're talking about a 123 grain bullet. And with the standard size AK with a 16-inch barrel or a 20-inch or somewhere in that ballpark, you're looking at around about 23 to 2400 feet per second muzzle velocity. Okay, now some people might look at this and think, with that short of a barrel, you're probably better off with just a Glock 17 with a 30-round magazine, and it damn near have the same thing. But with a Glock, you're like a Glock 17, for example, with 9mm, a little bit bigger diameter. 124 grain is a common weight in 9mm, so you're talking about a pretty similar bullet, and you're going about 1100 feet per second. So you have a rifle with this. This is still a rifle. Now, another thing to think about is, of course, the accuracy. Can you still, with a 6-inch barrel AK, can you still hit anything? Well, let's try. I may not have the skills to demonstrate it, but I will surely make an attempt. Okay, let's shoot that smaller red plate over there on the left. Let's see, the gong is about 80 from here. I don't know, what's that, 65 yards, 70, something like that. Okay. One of the disadvantages of this, of course, accuracy-wise, is going to be mostly operator error because it's small, and you have you do not have a very long sight radius, and you just have this kind of standard little blade rear sight. All right, hit it, whatever that was, 2 out of 7 or 8, but they're all kind of in there. Let me try the gong. So for, I think, you know, the best I can show with my own shooting ability, I think practical accuracy at reasonable ranges. You're still looking at pretty good accuracy, I think, with a barrel this short. One of the other disadvantages of this particular AK variant, as it relates to the length of it, is the blast that you get. You know, with this 6-inch barrel, you may have already noticed, you're going to get some serious blast coming out of this. So that is one of the big trade-offs of the obvious advantage being that it's so small and compact. You know, I've got the brace on here, but if you have it without the brace, you can see, look how small this thing is. I mean, it's like, you know, it's twice the size of my hand. So a pretty small little package. Let's crank a few more rounds out. I'll show you the blast on this thing. If you fired this at night, you and everyone involved is going to be blind at the very least, probably. Let's see, maybe I can get that propane tank down there, and maybe that 2-liter. Let's take out the red 2-liter while we're at it. All right, let's go back to the propane tank. Okay, you basically have a AK slash flashbang grenade happening at the end of it, which I think could be an advantage, right, for certain defensive situations. I would say if you need something small that can put out a lot of firepower in a quick amount of time, like, you know, that's what this gun would be for. You know, I would think of this as being like a great anti-carjacking gun in a war-torn area where you do not have to think about bystanders. You know, that would of course be the problem with, you know, touching off a rifle in a anti-carjacking type situation, which is always something you have to think about in a defensive situation. But, you know, it will do a lot more of what you think what you would expect from a full-size AK than you would expect with it being this small. Is it useless? You know, I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. It depends on what your needs are, but I think it's a lot more useful than you might expect just from looking at it. But it's definitely a lot of fun to shoot on the range, and I hope you got a little something out of that, and thank you guys for checking out the video. Before you leave, I want to remind you to check out our friends Talon Gun Grips and Ballistol. Talon Gun Grips have been a staple of the channel for years. As you know, they make grip tape that you can attach to the grip of your handgun or the pistol grip on your rifle, and honestly, anything you're trying to not drop and have a better handle on, right? Also, Ballistol, of course. Dad's been using Ballistol since the 90s. It's been a staple on the channel as well. They make it's a cleaner and a lubricant. It's non-toxic. It's a great product. Anything for your guns or anything you're trying to lubricate, it's a great way to go. Thank you guys so much for watching the video.